You'll Go Wild. This time on You'll Go Wild, we visit the World War II airplane crashed in Bamaga and start our journey south with a swim in fruit-back balls.
Look at that, right in front of your tent.
In the unlikely event of an emergency, it's important to look in my direction, or if you're in the back, nothing crazy, you're in the front, can't grab my controls. That is about it. Any questions?
Do you get champagne with it? Yeah.
Unfortunately, no mid-flight refreshments. Yeah. Unless you want to do the number 7, you go have a picnic on the private beach.
Really?
Yeah.
How many millions of dollars is that?
I have no idea. I don't have anything to do with the money.
We bank round to check out the water's edge to spot turtles and possibly sightings of crocs. Blink and you might miss it. Did you spot it? No, I couldn't see it either when I went to edit the video. It is amazing being up here in helicopter, seeing the place in a different perspective. You get to see how much vegetation there is here.
Ben, the pilot, was really nice and full of a lot of information, so he was giving us lots of information as we were flying, although it was hard to hear some of it because it was so windy.
Yeah.
And there's no doors on the helicopter. But he was saying that the crosswinds are normally 25, gusting to 35, but that's just normal for this part of the country, so they're used to flying in that way. I think he said he spends 2 or 3 months up here for the tourist season, and then he's doing whatever other work, wrangling cattle or whatever it might be. Anyway, it's cool.
It was really good, a good experience.
So we're now heading to find there's some World War II aircraft wreckages. Is that the right word?
Yeah, wreckages, yeah, wrecks.
At just down by the airport. So we're going to have a look at those and see whether we can find them. I just get this. I mean, interesting. I just get this view. They've been there since 1943, so
It might be a bit of.
there won't be much
bit of
left.
rusty dust, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're going to take a look.
And then there's also the Fishbone Creek boat ramp. We're going to do a bit of fishing maybe later as well, might we?
Oh, we're going to, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll head there afterwards and see what it's like.
So. I see. Like going in someone's backyard.
Yeah, it is.
The DC-3 aircraft began its operational life as a Dutch commercial passenger airline owned by KLM, and over the years it had an interesting life, even surviving an attack in Borneo by Japanese Zero fighter. It arrived in Australia's Sole in May 1942 and became a freight airplane for military purposes. On the evening of the 4th of May 1945, it left Archerfield Airfield, Brisbane, on a regular courier run to New Guinea with a cargo of meat for Port Moresby. While circling to land at Higgins Field in pre-dawn darkness, it crashed at 5:18 a.m. after striking trees on a low ridge west of the runway. The aircraft caught fire on impact and was partially destroyed, sadly incinerating the 4 Australian crew and 2 American military passengers. The wreckage has since been recovered and fenced as a memorial. The Beaufort Mark 8 is a British twin-engine torpedo bomber designed by the Bristol Aeroplane Company, who developed the earlier Blenheim light bomber. On October the 10th, 1945, the Beaufort took off from Bamaga Airfield, heading for Kokoda Track. After flying 120 miles, the left engine cut out due to an oil pressure failure, and the pilot attempted to return to base. After landing at Bamaga Airfield, there was no brake pressure, and the Beaufort ran off the runway. Luckily, during this incident, there were no injuries. Any usable parts were salvaged and used as spare parts. The rest was abandoned. There wasn't a plaque on the fence like the others about this aircraft, so I couldn't look up its history or discover why it crashed. But if you look at the tail of the plane, it looks like it's been shot at. If anyone does note the make and origin, please comment below. I do love learning about history. So this is the airport now. This is the new airport. There are quite a lot of planes that are coming down. The Curtiss P-40 Warhawk is an American single-engine, single-seat, all-metal fighter and ground attack aircraft that first flew in 1938. The P-40 was conceived as a pursuit aircraft and was agile at low and medium altitudes, but suffered from a lack of power at high altitudes. There wasn't much written about this plane, sadly, so we don't know the reason for the crash or if there were any survivors. However, what we do know is there were lots of them commissioned to Australia, and a lot of them crashed during or had problems during training. There are apparently a lot more wrecks and ruins from World War II aircraft around the top of Cape York, if you're prepared to search for them on foot, that is. One of the best is the ruins of the old radar tower and associated groundworks and jetties at the Mutty Heads, but we decided not to visit this one this time. We head through town on our way to Cecil Wharf to do a spot of fishing. Like a little gnome fishing. Unfortunately, he doesn't catch anything, so it's a useless little gnome, but even still. Not really sure being near a container ship is actually a really great place for a fish. We've been told this is the spot though. I'm not sure whether that's just the locals don't want us to know where their real spots are. It really is a real good spot, but so far no catch. A lot of weight on that bait. You can see, but look at the amount of fish down there. They're only little fish, unfortunately. The local kids are having a great time in the area. They don't seem bothered at all by the 4-metre crocs in the area.
So we've just started our journey south, so we've turned, just pulled out of the servo after leaving Royalty Beach. We were there for 3 days.
Yeah, it's beautiful actually. We did actually go into the other campsites whilst we were here, only because there's like a restaurant and stuff, and we went into Busan campsite, and it's nice, but I don't know whether it's worth the extra double money.
The antenna.
Antenna has decided to just spit the dummy. I don't know if you can see that. So anyway, we really enjoyed ourselves in the campsite. So for the managers there are really beautiful and really friendly. So thanks to them for giving us a excellent time staying there with them.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. And so now we're on to way to Bramwell Station, back to the same place we went to before. That's sort of halfway between here and Weeper, which is where our next stop is going to be, really.
And we're going to pop into, it's not Twin Falls, is it? It's the other one.
Oh, we're going to pop into Fruitback Falls on the way back. So you'll see that. That'll be our next video probably after this.
I'm going to check that antenna out.
And then, yeah, so then after that you won't see us for a bit. Anyway, so we're minus now a aerial, and unfortunately it just completely snapped
we
off
haven't
inside.
really hit anything with it.
So yeah, so the only thing that was holding it up was the plastic coating on the outside, because the actual metal bit in the middle is sheared off completely inside. So that was a bit of a crap really. So that
was new with the car, so it's
It didn't come with the car. No,
No,
we bought
but-
it as an external thing. But yeah, it's only 3 or 4 months old, so yeah, it's a bit rubbish. Whether it's because the whole vibration thing breaks it off, which sort of defeats the object really of an antenna that you need to go on your car if it can't deal with vibrations.
I guess that's why people have the thick fiberglass ones.
Maybe, who knows? But anyway, so we'll let you know what happens.
The next day we contacted GME and explained what happened. They told us that this aerial isn't designed for long journeys on corrugations, but they kind of replaced our aerial anyway and also sent us a little aerial that we can use on corrugations, all free of charge. Now that's great customer service. Fruitbat Falls is a popular place, but it is well worth the visit. The water is cool and clear, and a welcome soak to chillax from the heat of the day is a must. Thanks for watching. Next time on You'll Go Wild, we head to the Matilda track. We finally get up close and personal with some live crocs. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share.